Hey guys, so I'm going to do a women's Nike Air Jordan kind of comparison between the mid and the high tops, a review, how the sizing runs, if they're comfortable, the kind of most popular styles, and why I think this is going to be a massive trend for 2023. So Nike Air sneakers were released back in 1985, but they're still one of the most popular sneaker styles in the world, and yes, they still are in style. Now, they're not everybody's taste, they're not necessarily my personal style, but you can definitely expect to see them on a lot of feet this year, and I predict they're going to be one of the biggest sneaker trends of 2023. And the reason why is fashion follows pop culture a lot. Just look at Barbiecore, it's already way ahead of the release of the Barbie movie. And with the new Air movie coming out on April 5th, 2023, I think it's really gonna put Air Jordans back on the map. Not that they were ever off, but I think we're just gonna see it as a major trend this year for sneakers. So because I'm not really familiar with this style, I did a lot of research into Air Jordans, especially the women's styles, kind of the difference between the three different types. There's loads of styles, but there's the low, the mid, and the high tops to kind of figure out what the differences were, what are the most popular styles, the comfort, and it's not normally a style I would go for. I'm more of a Nike Air Force One classic low top white leather sneaker girl. That's why I did my research on this, and I know I did that review earlier in the year, so I ordered the mid and the high tops to be able to compare them for you. So let's have a look at these. So like I was explaining, there's three main categories of the women's Air Jordans, the low, the mid, and the high, and there's three kind of main differences as well as tons of similarities. Obviously, if you're looking for more of the OG style and something authentic and nostalgic, that's going to be the high top, because the mid tops didn't come out till 2001. I also did my research into which was the most comfortable, and I'll kind of talk more about the comfort level when we get into it, but they do say the mid tops are more comfortable than the high tops because they're less restrictive. Okay, so straight away, the boxes are very, very different on the mid and the high tops. So this is the mid and this is the high top, kind of more of that original Nike boxing. So I ordered both styles in a 7 because what they say when it comes to choosing women's sizes in the Air Jordans, they do run true to size. It's not like the men's sizing that runs slightly differently. The women's are supposed to be true to size, so we'll see if they are. But if you're not going to a store, if you're ordering online like I did, you might want to kind of like order from a store like Nordstrom's or Revolve with free shipping, free returns, order a couple of sizes and see what works for you, what feels the most comfortable. Now, normally kind of like, I feel like the way to style these, kind of like the more kind of original 90s aesthetic Y2K is with like the higher length socks that kind of end there, but like the kind of the high ankle socks. That's not really my vibe, so I'm just wearing kind of like sneaker socks I would normally wear with my low tops, but I probably would, if I end up keeping these, I'll probably buy kind of a more appropriate pair of socks to wear with these. Okay, so I went proper OG with the colors in these. I went with the red, white, and black in the mid tops. And then, again, still super sporty, super kind of like, I just feel like it's such Nike colors, just with the white, red, and gray in the high top. So obviously the three main differences with the sneakers between the mid top and the high top are going to be the amount of lace holes, this height, and the price. The high tops do tend to be more expensive in general. Obviously collectibles are different, limited editions, but the high tops do tend to be more expensive than the mid tops. So the mid tops have 8 lace holes, the high tops have 9, the low have 6, if that even matters to you. And then obviously the height, there isn't a huge difference in the height when you're looking at them right there. It's not really hugely noticeable. I'll kind of pop one on of each so you can kind of see them on the foot as well to compare them. So if you're using these to actually play and not just for the aesthetic and every day, I'm just getting them from the aesthetic, so I care more about what they look like and their comfort. But if you're getting them to play on the court, the mid top is supposed to be better. Even Michael Jordan said he preferred the mid top. The reason being is he really wants to get in on this. The reason being is they both offer the same amount of ankle support and lateral stability, but just because the mid tops are less restrictive, that's why people are saying they find them better on the court. Okay, so let's pop these on to see if they do actually run true to size. Like I said, I ordered my usual size 7. The mid tops came laced up, which is great. The high tops haven't. I'm not even going, do I bother like lacing them up or not? We'll figure it out. Another difference is this has a little tag on the side of them and the mids don't. At the moment, I would definitely say I prefer, sorry if this is cracking all on the microphone, I definitely prefer the aesthetic of the mid top. And then the high tops have also come with 2 pairs of laces. They've come with the white and the red, so you can kind of change the aesthetic of them, whereas the mid tops just came with the black. There are also options to customize them online, which is really fun. I really like the pink ones, but again, I feel like it's not really my aesthetic. The Air Force Ones are definitely more mine, so if you like that option, if you like these kind of style shoes, definitely look at the customization ones as well. I tell you someone who does really like these shoes is my cat. If you watch my YouTube videos, you know he loves a good unboxing, he loves boxes. He always wants to be the center of attention, and he also loves plastic. So, yep, he's trying to keep the plastic. And then looking at them, you can see they both have the Air Jordan wings on them, and they both have the Nike swoosh. This pair is slightly different because this is almost like kind of like a fuzzy texture on them, which is kind of like slightly unique compared to this being completely all leather. Okay, so now that I have them both on and you can kind of see them side by side, there really isn't a huge difference between the mid-top and the high top. I did double check to make sure I haven't made a mistake. One has, the mid-top does have the 8 and the high top does have the 9 lace holes, but there really isn't much difference. So I feel like because the high tops are really kind of more of the authentic style, I would probably just go for the high tops to be more true to this style. Okay, so back to the Air Jordan sizing. I actually feel like they are spot on. They really are true to size in both the high top and the mid tops. I ordered a 7 and they are really, really good. I like the width of them and I like the length of them, so I like that. Comfort-wise, honestly, I kind of feel like they're both really equally comfortable. One thing I did notice is, I don't know if it's just unique to this specific style, the high top have a really nice padded tongue. It's not digging into the top of my shins, versus these mid tops, it's a lot thinner around the top, and where the height of it is, I feel like it digs into my shins more. The soles and treads are also identical on both the Air Jordans mid and high tops. But you can also see that the holes on the toe box are identical on both. The logo on the tongues is also slightly different on the high top versus the mid top, with it saying both Nike, Air, and the swoosh on the high top, and just the Air and then the Jordan symbol on the mid top. I can understand why Air Jordans are one of the most popular sneakers in the world, because they are comfortable, they are long lasting, and they are pretty stylish, especially if you're going kind of more for this sporty athleisure aesthetic. If you're looking for a good pair of Air Jordans to start with, they recommend the Jordan 1s because they kind of blend in the most with casual wardrobes, more than some other Jordan models, and kind of going for an OG colorway is obviously better for versatility and collectability. The red, white, and black is pretty much going to go with everything. If you're looking for the most popular Air Jordan sneaker styles, I did some research into the top selling Air Jordans for you. It includes the Air Jordan 1, the Black Toe, the Air Jordan 1 Chicago, the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Bordeaux, and the Air Jordan Mid-Red 1, which is a mid-top in black and red colorway, which was originally banned by the NBA. I'm sure they'll go into that history during the whole Air movie as well. So if you're looking for the most popular sneaker in the world, it's probably the Nike Air Force 1s, with over 2,000 styles released since their release in 1982. They are my personal favorite just because they're such a classic style. The plain white goes with everything. If you're looking for the most on-trend sneaker style for 2023, it doesn't matter whether you go with the Nike Air Jordans or the Air Force 1s. It really just comes down to personal style. They're both in style. They're both massive trends for 2023. And if high tops and mid tops aren't your style, the Air Jordans do also come in low tops as well as the Nike Air Force 1s. So you have a few options to play around with, colors to go with all of your different outfits. So there are also differences between the men and women's Air Jordans. So the men's are wider, the holes in the box are wider, they come in a bigger box regardless of the size, and also they just tend to look softer and shinier versus the women's, which are kind of like harder leather and less shiny, and they have a slightly longer tongue than the men's as well. So my top picks for women's Air Jordans for 2023 are the Air Jordan 1 Low in the prettiest baby blue and white that look a lot like Air Force 1s and just such a cute sneaker for summer. If you want a more girly sneaker, these purple velvet Air Jordan 1 mid sneakers are absolutely perfect for that. They're a little bit more glam and feminine than a lot of the other Air Jordans. Obviously, you can't go wrong with the classic red, white, and black Air Jordan 1 high top. It's pretty much the OG style and the most recognized. If I was going to order these again, I would probably custom order the high tops and I would do them in pink and white now that I know I prefer the high tops to these mid tops. If you're looking for more of a neutral pair, this beige, white and black pair are perfect. They're such a neutral, versatile color that will go with everything and look really, really cute and fresh for the summer. And then when it comes to styling the women's Air Jordans, obviously the low tops are going to be the easiest to style because you don't have to worry about the hem length of the trousers kind of like falling over it, getting caught up in there. But even the mid and the high top are a pretty versatile sneaker that goes really well with jean shorts, with bike shorts, with track pants. Cargo pants are another big trend for 2023. These go really well with, even like just with like jeans and a blazer. They're just like a sneaker you can throw on. It just looks really, really cool and a bit more funky than something like the Air Force Ones. Because I didn't really know much about the Air Jordans before doing this, I kind of did a lot of research before ordering the mid and the high top, before ordering the colorways to go kind of for more the classic, most popular colorways, and to kind of learn about the sizing. So I ordered the right sizing and all the rest of it. So I hope you found this video useful. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a quick thumbs up and subscribe.